so limiting where you can wear shoes this color. All right, before we go any further, first of all, Dave K in British Columbia, whoever you are, you're Canadian, you're nice. Dave sent me Stabilo German medium point pens, and they are stellar. They're spectacular. But Dave, just so you know, my handwriting sucks. The journals I carry are small, and I have to pack in as much as possible into each journal because I'm on the road so much. Those journals have to last a long time. So the medium point is actually a bit too wide for me. I actually need a fine point, which I'm sure they probably make those in, but I'm not suggesting you send me one of those. I'm just saying thanks for sending them in the first place. How does that look? Can you see my finger at all? Is it blocking the lens? I'm actually just holding this camera for no particular reason, just to see how it works, how it looks. Look at that drama lighting. So basically I'm falling apart. But let me explain. So my goal when I got to Maine was to run every other day and cycle every other day. So run, cycle, run, cycle, run, cycle. That was the plan. The day before we left for Albania, I was running in Boston. And at home in Santa Fe, I normally run on trail, and I never run more than 3 miles. I can't take the pounding, and that's really all I need when I run, especially at elevation and in the hills. You get quite a workout in a short amount of time. But in Boston, I got there and I'm at sea level and I'm just ripping. And I go out and I'm like, I think I could run the rest of the day and be totally fine. So I keep running, and sure enough, I feel great during the run. And at the end of the run, I feel something in my left heel. And it feels like the beginning of plantar fasciitis, which I've had one time in my life before. It's an excruciating thing where the fascia on the bottom of your foot gets stuck together. Typically, when you get up in the morning, you step down and it feels like you just stepped on a razor blade. And it's almost impossible to put pressure on your foot in the morning until that stuff starts to work itself out and warm up. But it was bad. And so basically what that meant was the entire time I'm in Albania, I'm walking all day long, all night, and it's excruciating pain in my right foot. So I get to Maine and I'm like, okay, I've run exactly 0 times in the last 40 days because I cannot fix this plantar fasciitis. I've done everything in my power. So I got desperate and I was like, okay, that's it. I'm going to change my entire life to try to fix my right heel. That's how bad it was. That's how delusional my brain was. So I was like, what can I do? No alcohol, done drinking. So that's it. No more alcohol. Changing my diet. I'm going to change that too. I eat a really healthy diet, but I'm going to go even further. And then I'm like, you know what? I do a morning exercise routine. It's a combination of strength, core, balance, flexibility. I was like, screw it. I'm going to triple down on the flexibility. I'm going to go back to doing what I used to do when I did yoga 3 or 4 days a week. I'm just going to hold long poses and stretch and like really try to break free what's happening in my foot. Plus, I use a tennis ball, I use a roller, everything across the bottom of my foot. Did I mention how painful that is? Yeah, it's incredibly painful. In a weird way, it feels amazing because it's finally, after being here for 40 days, I'm finally getting to the point where I can put pressure on my foot in the morning and I'm not in excruciating pain. I'm starting to think about the idea of being able to run again. And that tennis ball, the first time I started using that tennis ball on the bottom of my foot, and I have a really hard foam roller as well, a tiny one that's built for your feet. the pain level was unbelievable. And now it feels good. So I'm slowly starting to get there, and I'm hoping that, you know, it sucks. But here's the funny part. I'm doing all this stretching. And I don't think I've ever been this flexible in my entire life. I think the muscles in my legs are breaking free at a level that they have never seen before. So it's absolutely batty. It's baffling. I stood up from my desk this morning and I was like, I just pulled my left hamstring. And then like 5 minutes later, I was like, oh, I just pulled my calf muscle. Everything is like being broken free for the first time ever, which sounds like a really good idea and a good thing. But man, is there a pain point? Is there a learning curve here? Because I can't do anything. I feel like I'm 100 years old. And I'm like, what did I do to deserve this? Did I buy too many cameras? Is it my bag obsession? What is it? Is it the sound my shoes are making on the gravel that I'm walking on? I don't deserve it, man. I don't deserve it.